Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Friday, November 17, 2023, and this is my pre-market report. We have a lot to talk about. Let's start with this here. So, yesterday's move in crude oil, pretty profound move to the downside. Now, this took me and a lot of people by surprise. Now, let's talk a little bit more about what's going on here. I was trying to get my head around this myself. So it appears that crude oil right now is caught in a situation called contango. Contango is kind of a little complicated, but let me break this down for you so you can understand it, at least to a certain degree. When an asset, in this case crude oil, is caught in contango, it means that, this is going to sound strange to you, but just bear with me, that traders are betting that the futures price is going to go up. In other words, the asset's price is going to rise. So what happens here is futures traders, and this is who's driving the market right now with regard to commodities, at least in this case with crude oil, they are willing to pay more for a futures price, whatever the price will be in the future, than the spot price is now. The spot price is what you can actually acquire it for at the time. What this does, it's kind of an interesting phenomenon, is drive the current price lower. Again, the market expecting that it's going to go higher as futures traders are betting on the futures price being higher. It's an interesting set of dynamics, but this does happen from time to time. I still believe, in fact, more so, knowing this now, this contango thing, that crude oil is going much higher in the future. Futures traders are betting on it here, and that does affect the price currently. Anyway, with that said, nothing's changed here, okay? My perspective on crude, commodities, overall, I think is spot on. Understanding the current situation, the movement of cash through the markets. But once in a while, these kind of weird phenomenons do come up in the market. So those of you that are long crude oil, in my opinion, and even according to futures traders, you're in the right spot. We should expect volatility in all aspects of the market. That's the way it is, you know. Anyway, with that said, that was a surprise to me. My longer term perspective has been dead on. And this still looks to me like we're bottoming out, like I've been saying for a while. And that would play, I mean, doesn't it make sense to you that futures traders are betting that the futures price is going to be higher? That price higher than the spot price drives the spot price down. Futures traders buying longer dated options here, and that's how it plays out. So anyway, that's the situation here, and I feel extremely confident, again, that the price of crude oil, commodities in general, are going much, much higher in this environment. Again, it's based on so many factors. We understand that commodities, at least for now, are still priced in dollars. Okay, U.S. dollars, an asset that it's a dying asset. Central banks are destroying their currencies. You all know this has been going on for quite a long time. I'm not the only guy saying this. Jim Rickards has been talking about this for a long time as well. It should be obvious to all of us. This is what they're doing here. This entire situation, this is a false flag, people. The Ukraine war, this Israeli war, all in an effort to pull cash into the now. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and they're going to kill whoever they have to kill in the thousands, in the tens of thousands, maybe even in the millions, to keep the situation propped up. You all know that. It's so freaking twisted. It's so freaking evil. Now, going back to this market real quick, the stock market. This is an incredible thing we're witnessing here. Since the last FOMC meeting, this market has done nothing but go up, pretty much, honestly. And as I said yesterday, the market's never due for anything. Let's just put it that way, number one. But number two is, maybe it is, all right? I'm not saying anyone should get short this. Short positions are getting destroyed as of late. But again, you know, this market has done nothing but go straight up. One day we had one down day, one significant down day when Powell said monetary policy wasn't restrictive enough. Well, the next day the market called that bluff because the Fed is going to keep easy money pumping for as far as they possibly can, and the market rebounded and then some. Speaking of rebound, crude oil is rebounding this morning a little bit. We're going to see how this plays out, honestly, moving forward, this whole contango thing. Anyway, with that said, again, the bad economic news doesn't stop, and the bad economic news is going to cause stocks to rise higher as it believes the Fed is going to, the market believes the Fed is going to pump more easy money into the market. And I am convinced that's what's going to happen here. I think we're going to start getting rate cuts moving into next year. They're going to use the current situation to their own advantage as they always do. And again, the end of the year, how this game is played. The big wigs at these corporations, they are counting on, and they're going to get their multi-million-dollar bonuses based on stock share price. So the Fed is going to get in here and prop it up. Even though I said the market looks like it's due for something, although it's never due for anything, a slight pullback here would be very bullish, in my opinion here. Again, this is how markets work. You go up, you get some profit taking, you establish a new floor, and especially in this kind of a situation, are you watching the 10-year yield? The 10-year yield is dropping yet again. The U.S. dollar on a relative strength basis is weaker. We know what's going on here. Okay, the Fed's buying more debt. That's how it works. Again, people, let me. A lot of you don't seem to understand this concept, and I got a lot of emails about this just yesterday. A central bank does not have any magic power. They can't just say they're going to do this, that, or the other thing with rates. They have to get into the market and make it happen. To keep rates low, the Fed has to buy debt. Period. That's how it works. To weaken the dollar, and in this case, the Federal Reserve, what they have to do is dump dollars and buy foreign currencies. All central banks do this. They all manipulate their currencies in the same manner. Look it up for yourself if you don't believe me. That's the way it works. And again, there's no bigger manipulator of the value of their currency than the Federal Reserve. China has been labeled a currency manipulator. I believe the mummy man did that. President Trump didn't, unfortunately. But I think President Trump understands. He can't point fingers at China for manipulating their currency, because we're doing the same thing. He's not stupid. President Trump knew what was going on here. But the mummy, he has no idea what's going on at any moment. He can barely walk. He can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I think the guy's honestly brain dead, but that's just my take on it, and you're all entitled to your own opinion. And I know I'm going to get some hate mail because a lot of people love Joe Biden. Okay, I don't get it, but you're entitled to your own opinion. Who am I to say who you should love or hate? Anyway, it's a game anyway. You know how it is. They put the puppet figure there for people to love and or hate, to keep the people divided. It's all a mechanism. It's the same story that's been going on since forever here. Anyway, so stock futures right now are higher on the back of, again, a lower 10-year yield. This is an incredible phenomenon we're watching here, and the massive amounts of debt being bought here. How did we go? Can someone explain this to me, like as if I am a young child or a Cocker Spaniel? How do we go from a raging bear market in debt to a raging bull market in the blink of an eyeball? We know who's doing it, obviously. It's just so in our face anyway. And this mechanism is being utilized and used specifically to keep the stock market propped up at this point. It's not going to stop a damn thing with regard to the grander plan, which is to dismantle the current system. You all know that. So I'm telling you, come next year, which ain't too far off from now, it's going to be, I think next year is going to be exceedingly interesting here to watch how things play out with regard to the market. Excuse me, and everything else connected to it. Bitcoin, crypto's getting bid higher this morning. Gold and silver getting bid higher this morning. I already told you that crude oil is trying to rebound out of this contango thing. Look up contango, all right? If you had having a little hard time understanding what I'm talking about, it is a little complicated. Again, this is a simple thing if you consider how it's working. Futures traders are betting that the future price of crude is going to be higher, and it's higher now than the spot price, so that drives the spot price at its price you can get it now down. So this is why we had this sell-off here yesterday. But it means if traders are betting the price of crude is going higher moving forward, as we have covered right here. I think it's pretty simple to understand. It really is. But look, the market will drive you out of your mind from time to time. And that's just the way it is. Any trader, anybody who's in this market is going to tell you the same thing. But you got to sometimes sit back and try to evaluate. And that's what I did yesterday. I'm like, why did this happen? Why is this going on here? And then I was looking at the futures price versus the spot price. And I'm like, oh my goodness, well, this is contango. And that's exactly what we're seeing now. Anyway, with that said, people, we're not going to change the damn thing. We're going to maintain what we are doing, betting against the debt, becoming our own central bank, gaining exposure to commodities, including crude oil. I still believe cryptocurrencies, at least some, needs to be in your portfolio. You got to be diversified. All right, and if you can't, I'm going to tell you what my favorite asset is once again, and it's physical silver. I think it's literally the most undervalued asset on the planet, bar none. And then with all that, we got each other's backs because we have no representation anymore. It's every man, every woman for themselves, and we got to take care of each other. I don't know another way to put it. We must take care of each other and realize that we're not each other's enemies, although they are working diligently day and night to try to convince us that we are each other's enemies, and they want to keep us separated here, and they want us literally dead. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to let you all go. Love you a lot. I hope I covered the situation here with crude oil for you in a way you can understand what's going on here, especially for my crude oil traders out here who probably knew this whole contango thing before I did. Anyway, that's where we're at. Let's see where this goes. Please comment, share the video, get it out there. I will see you later, 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time for the live stream. I hope to see more of you there. I love that the live stream. We had fun yesterday. Did we have fun yesterday? I think we did. I know I did. All right, I'll see you all later. All right, take it easy.